Hi guys, welcome to another episode of It Lurks Below. My name is Wilfred. This game is still on early access, created by Mr. David Brevet, one-man show. The link to Steam store page is at the description of my video. And this set of gameplay was recorded over like 100 minutes time, and I managed to compress it into 14 minutes for you guys. So I thought, I'm not entirely sure if this game is nice for streaming, but at least when you put everything together on YouTube, seems like it's more exciting that way. I'm closer to the final boss of the early access, which is the Tentacle of It. And I'll show you in my next video on fighting the boss for you guys. But this is sort of like the slimy area. The gameplay is a little bit different from the previous ones. You can see there are a couple of types of mobs out there. There's a flying bat that when you get closer, it will start flying, and there's a ghost that managed to sort of like move across a wall and so on. So if you hit it, it will actually disappear from the wall, and then suddenly it will come from nowhere, attack you. So, but as Enchanter, whereby I'm able to freeze the target, is actually pretty alright. I mean, so long as I'm being aware where are the mobs and where are the ghosts, I could actually freeze them and attack them. And then also there is a little like a hellhound, like a little red dog that will keep eating the ground as they come onto you or anybody. So that's pretty exciting as well. It's just something different. And also there is another mob that does range but lightning kind of thing. Once you get hit, you may have a chance to get stunned once the damage over time upon you kind of takes. So every tier, be it as the muddy area or frozen area or slimy area, they have different kind of like mob composition, and just to make it a little bit interesting, as you can see, I am actually mind controlling the mobs as I play this dungeon, because it's kind of fun. It could get a little bit messy depending on who you try to mind control, because for those mobs that tend to eat ground, like this one here, it tend to eat a lot of ground and destroy everything along the way, and you kind of like, where my loot is somewhere at the bottom. So, but it add another layer of fun, kind of like uniqueness to the game when you play a little bit of mind control. Just something different, and it's rather interesting. And see the ghost there, it just came out from nowhere, appear out from the ground, and I'm trying to mind control one of the demon that shoot the lightning kind of bullet, and it's rather effective to see some of the mobs being like destroyed by the one mob that you mind control. And as you mind control the mob, it is actually invulnerable, so it can stay with you for like a couple of seconds. And that's how the whole mind control work. Now, just to recap a couple of ancients that I've got. I'm not going to throw the names again because the names are rather long. By the way, this is my farm. I've restacked my farm just to make it a little bit more efficient, not too far away. I'm planting cauliflower, green beans, as well as tomato on top of the carrot, wheat, as well as the cabbage, and also the blueberry. Just expanding my farm in some sense. I don't think I really can cook anything other than the usual that I have, like the vegetable pie as well as the warmberry pie. But yeah, I mean that's it. Yeah, that is the little red dog there that would tend to eat everything along the way. It's rather interesting to see how the thing goes. You can see the one at the bottom is actually eating the ground somewhere, so it's pretty fun here. And also, go back to the topic of my ancient. So the first ancient I've got is the ability to stun target, like you see there, like the bright blue background means that you stun the target successfully, and when you get stunned, you get blue as well. So sometimes when you like right now here, I got stunned by the AOE. You can see a little lightning icon on the top right hand corner. It means that I have this damage over time upon me. And see this little dog there will just like jump up and eat the ground. It's really fun to see that. that sort of thing. So that was my first ancient. The second ancient is that when a target is stunned, my crit rate increased by 60% or 50% and above, depending on the rank of your ancient. So that is pretty nice as well, provided that you can stun, because not all the time you can stun. Bosses cannot be stunned, so the first two ancient is kind of useless for the bosses. And by the way, I've got a lot of trees just right beside me because I moved them to where I am. I noticed that because I'm running out of the hotbar, I use a lot of ladder to jump to places to connect from one area to another area. So I can't afford to have the dirt or whatever that can build bridges and so on. So I need a lot of wood, and it's nice if you move all the trees near you. All right, just one tips for you guys. Again, back to the ancient topic, is that the third ancient I've got is the one that you can do mind control. You can see the little eye icon, which is the fourth button from the left hand side. The one that suddenly I'll do a little, like this one here, I put them as the kind of like just the mind control them, and they'll attack the mobs for you, and all the XP when the mob die also will be rewarded to you as well. So that is really fun, something rather different. But from my experience, you have got to find the right one to mind control, and also if the target keep moving, it's extremely hard to mind control because it just wouldn't work that way. Unlike, say, in Marvel Heroes, the mind control is rather like the AoE kind of thing, which I thought was easier, but this is kind of hard to mind control. Now I'm mind controlling the bat. You can see that the ghosts actually go face in and out of the ground and so on. So it's kind of interesting to see. And also for me, to be able to observe like what each mob does. So for example, the bat will actually have a damage over time component to it if you pay attention to it. The other one does the lightning strike, and so all the mobs that you mind control have a different ability to it. I kind of learn what the mob does by observing. As I mind control, you can see a damage over time here, 15, 20. Those are damage over time. So if you get hit by them, you also receive the damage over time. All right. So I talk about the three ancient I have, which is kind of like a disappointing for boss fight, because for bosses you can neither stun nor mind controls, and the buff to the stun target would not really be relevant to you unless you use a lightning kind of like a wand, which I think it may freeze a boss. I don't know, I haven't really tried it yet, but I think negative condition may have an effect on the boss, so that is something that I'll wait to see. The fourth ancient, when I earned it at level 20 for this class, Enchanter, was the expanding mind. I think that's what it called. Now what it does is that it gives a rather good buff to both the wisdom as well as the intelligence. So I rank it up to 2. So first is unranked, and after that you can pay $500, find a gold to find a goal to upgrade it to rank 1. Then after that you can pay I think the next tier was 50,000 gold or 5,000 gold for the next tier. So that is rank 2. The rank 3 is 50,000 gold. So at rank 2, I'm getting 6 intelligence and 12 wisdom. That's 18 attribute I've added onto my character. And by the way, I made a mistake. I dropped down. I thought, oops, that's the end of my Enchanter. Well, and then I got someone behind me trying to stun me. So it is rather big deal because I'm having 18 attribute. Now, just to give you a frame of reference, what does that mean is that you have to level 18 times to get 18 attribute points. So it is a rather big deal, and it also further kind of reinforce my belief that for Enchanter, the only attribute that you need is attack power, because for wisdom and intelligence you can get it from your class. You see all these things, the ground is destroyed by the mob, by the way. It's really cool. Luckily I got a platform to jump up to, otherwise I'll be eaten alive. So going back to the attributes, that I think it was a right decision for me to ignore both the intelligence as well as the wisdom for my Enchanter, because I get it from my Ancient and I can level that one up, unlike Ancient of other classes. Look at this guy, man, it's like a tsunami. It's so fun to see. It's fantastic. So I put a lot of emphasis on the attack power because I know that for hit point I can more or less gear up via the normal gear that I've got, as well as the crystal that I could select those for the maybe hit point or some defensive or a bit magic find is very important. So that is kind of my gearing strategy. My health now, I'm not full set of ruby and nickel gear, which is the I'm trying to count how many tiers are there. I think you start with copper, then go in, no, you start with iron, then go into copper, then go to mithril, and the ruby and nickel is the 4th tier, red color. The reason why I'm not full ruby and nickel, had I been full, I think I probably would hit 2000 health, is because I am using a crystal that's legendary, that has the execute kind of like affix to it, and I kind of like the execution because it is more like one shot if I can get certain number of stacks of execution. So I thought that's really, really good. But I think in reality I may need to part from it soon. And because once I go a little bit deeper, the mob will probably be a lot more stronger, and I'll need to do something about getting the full ruby and nickel gear or next year, if that makes sense to you all. So so I mean overall that is the level 2021 kind of like you get something like that for normal mode that I think I may be able to reach 25 if I clear everything below that. Right now there's no boss below after this final boss, but I think 25 is a good level to switch to a nightmare mode, which will have higher difficulty, higher return, and just overall more fun, more leveling experience, and better gear in general. And I'd like to go into the portal as well. I hope I can show you guys. I found the portal, but I think the last time I tried it was extremely difficult to take down the bosses or actually mobs inside, as you get one shot and lost the game completely. So I'll see. I may go into the portal, make a video for you guys on the rune words, because it's very Diablo kind of gameplay style, the rune word of it. And I've got some rune word recipe that can craft better gear. I've got you can actually upgrade your runes as well once you find the portal and the altar inside. So I'll talk a little bit about that once I get there. And as I said before, my next video would be on the boss against the Tentacle of It, and that is a rather interesting fight. The previous one's still my favorite, but I think David Braveheart has improved the boss, which I think the 4th boss, if you count the service boss as the first one, because if you go back to my video on my Necromancer, I did the Tentacle of It as well. It wasn't that exciting, but I think this one here is a little bit more exciting, so I'm looking forward to share that with you. As always, you can ask me questions here. I'll try to get answer from Mr. Braveheart as well, because I'm on the Discord, and there you go, 100 minutes of recorded gameplay squeezed into 14 minutes for you guys. I hope that's entertaining enough without the need of spending more than an hour to do all these things. And well, it's been fun, and till the next time we see each other, have fun. And by the way, the room right next to it would be the final boss, and maybe I just give you a glimpse of it. Let me see if I can take you that far in this video. Probably not. Just I'll see you next time. Goodbye.